One of these things is not like the others. Is not like the wait a minute, that's not how the song goes, is it? No, the song I want to sing is, what do all three of these things have in common? These things have in common. These things have in common. What do all three of these things have in common? Can you please tell me? Hi everybody, it's Matthew Street. Welcome to the Matthew Street channel. I really appreciate you being here. And folks, wow, an odd selection here. We have the Beatles love songs from 1977. The great love songs. I think it only made like number 24 or so on the charts, but it has sold like 3 million copies. October 1977 compilation. Wonderful. Everyone loves it. I've always loved it. I always thought the faux leather cover on this was wonderful. I always thought the little lyrics booklet inside wonderful. The Richard Avedon black and white picture of them inside of this image, wonderful. Absolutely great. There was some controversy with it though, because they said that if you look at the original Avedon picture, Paul McCartney is not as prominent. So he's the front and center guy right there. But in the original Avedon picture, he was like one back. I think it was Ringo was the most prominent. I could be wrong. But Paul was just coming off all the success of the Wings Over America tour and the album and yada, yada, yada. So Paul got top billing. A little controversy on that photoshopping there on this cover. Anyway, great album. Great album. We love it. We love it. Then we have the Beatles in Italy. Another great one I got when I was assigned over in England for 2 years in the UK when I was in the Air Force, US Air Force. I bought a lot of imports. I had access to a lot of overseas imports. This is my original Beatles in Italy. Another great album. Came out in 1965 in Italy on the Parlophone label, no E on the end. I'm going to show you that in a minute. And it's not a live album, even though it says the Beatles in Italy. It was basically a compilation album to kind of capitalize on their 65 leg, the Italian leg of their 65 tour in Europe. And this was put out, and it did very well. But let me say two things. The things that's in common, no CD on this one. No official one that I know of. No official CD on this one that I know of. And last but not least, you either love it or hate it. The Beatles beat the German release from 1964. Again, I got mine later, late 70s, early 80s when I was in the service overseas. Here's my copy on the Odeon label. Compilation again. Again, you can see this one. I can show you the actual song listing. And it's kind of a weird one. People hate it because there's a lot of fake stereo on here versions, some true stereo, some remixes. You get a lot of the same kind of reverb and that kind of stuff that Dave Dexter put on the Beatles' second album. Well, on the Beatles' second album tracks that are on here, it kind of has that same Dave Dexter sound from that U.S. release. So it has that U.S. Capitol sound overall, about half the album or so. But again, no official CD release that I know of on this album. So you might be saying, Matt, so why are you showing these three albums? What's it all about? Well, folks, I'm here to say I have better than official CDs on these three albums. I have official Robert P. creations of these three albums. Oh my goodness. Now, it's always nice when we have great friends here on YouTube, especially in the Beatles community. And when you do each other a favor and you do some nice things for each other, it's always a good feeling. I always like it when I'm able to do something to help somebody else or send somebody something. And it's always a treat when they reciprocate and send you something. And we all know, anyone who knows Robert P. knows what a kind and generous man he is. And so I recently did a favor for Robert P. I'll keep that personal. But I just have to share what he did as a thank you to me. And I told him, I said, Robert, you know, if you want to make me something fine, here's a couple of things I think would be cool on CD, but just send me one and I'll be happy. Well, he sent me all three. Folks, they're absolutely beautiful. First one, Beatles in Italy on CD. Oh my goodness, look at this beautiful, beautiful set. get it right up there. Maybe you can see the songs that are on it. I really like the Beatles in Italy. Now that Robert has sent me the CDs, I've been listening to them a lot, and they're right off the vinyl. And I really like the sound of this. It's just got a good mix to it. It's just got an overall great sound. And then he gave me a little insert inside. And a beautiful recreation of the inside of the original cover gatefold. And with the songs on the back again. So that's beautiful to have that. And sure enough, it's on the Parlophone label. No E on the end. I want to show you that. It's kind of cool. Look at how he recreated the label. Isn't that beautiful? So, my goodness, Robert P., thanks for that. I mean, that alone would have been, he didn't have to do anything, but it would have been payment enough for the favor I did for him. But then he sends me love songs. Never in my life have I had this on a CD. And look at this little beautiful set. Oh my goodness. Everything, and what makes it nice is I don't have two discs to fumble with. It's all on one disc. You could fit all the material from love songs on one disc. Recreated the cover. Recreated the beautiful label on love songs. Isn't that nice? Again, with Paul McCartney getting the top billing. His recreation there. Beautiful recreation of all the song list here. You can see that or freeze it. And then the famous Avedon photo, which has been doctored heavily to make Paul very prominent. I believe it was Ringo that was this prominent in the original picture. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But there's Paul right out front and center. So a beautiful, beautiful set. Thank you, Robert. But then he recreated the final one that I had mentioned to him, the Beatles Beat. Oh, I get all this controversy with this one. Some people hate the sound on the Beatles Beat. Some people love it. I would say it's hit or miss for me. I've always felt that way about the vinyl. Some of the tracks on here, the real stereo tracks and stuff, they sound really good, really great. Some of the tracks are a little bit shaky, the ones they played around with a little bit or tried to do some fake stereo. But overall, as a package, a cool compilation with great songs. I've always loved the cover of the Beatles Beat. I think it was top-notch. I mean, it could have been the cover of any Beatles album from that era. But Robert did a great job recreating the back cover as well. And I'll show you what he gave me on the inside. Again, recreation of the cover, which is a beautiful cover, I think. Here's all the song listings. You can freeze it. And nice little picture on the inside. I thought he did a very nice touch with the gatefold on the inside. And then, of course, it's on the blue Odeon, EMI Odeon label in stereo. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But, folks, I never thought in a million years that these three pieces of vinyl, which I've had at least this one for, oh my goodness, 45 years now, since the day it came out, October of '77. And then later in the service, which I was overseas in England from '79 through part of '79 through all of '80 and most of 1981, I was in England, and I bought these two puppies right here. And to now have all three of those on beautiful CD copies that I can listen to, cherish, and enjoy from the great Robert P. All I can say is thank you, Robert. Robert, I'm glad for the little small favor I was able to do for you. And as you know, Robert, I'm always here. If you ever need anything from me, please ask. And great guy, Robert. You all know him. You all love him. He's just a wonderful person. Really good man, good family man. A lot of faith, family, and love. That's what Robert P. is all about. And folks, thanks for being here. I just want to share those cool albums with you, cool CDs that Robert P. sent me. And folks, maybe you can share some of your stories about the Beatles Beat, the Beatles in Italy, and love songs. What do you think of them? Would you like to see an official CD release on those three albums? I would. Why not? Put them out there. Let people, make a cool box set with like pick 5 or 6 cool European or foreign releases only, like from Japan or from other countries, and make a cool box set with some obscure foreign releases, or I say foreign, overseas European or releases from Japan and whatnot. I think that would be a cool box. So anyway, what do you all think? Would you like to see a box set like that? I would. Anyway, folks, thanks again. Appreciate you being here. Love you as always, and I'll see you for the next video. Could be Beatles, could be something else. You never know. Bye-bye.